do you think Cortez is still relying on the shadow of BTS and what Big Hit can provide?
Parang it felt like Cortez rode the BTS train, but dahil sobrang layo na nila from that time na BTS was really at its height, they were afforded a little bit more breathing room to be themselves and not be compared so much to BTS.
Kahit na palaging ina-announce na, yes, the next big hit group sila Cortez, parang hindi nga sa akin masyadong tumatak na big hit sila eh. Kasi parang iba talaga yung dating nila when they came out.
Parang yung TXT no rookies sila, mukha talaga silang rookies. Pero itong Cortez, parang go. The world is your playground. You have our credit card. Gumaw lang kayo. 1, 2, sarang!
Hey! Annyeong! This is Monica.
What's up, everyone? This is Trancy.
Hello, my name is Pia and we are 1, 2, sarang sa ating mga sarang base. Trancy, Monica. What do you think, or sa memory ninyo, medyo mahalayo ang kailangang nating ungkatin?
Hindi naman ganun kalayo. Grabe naman siya.
But what do you girls think is the best part of being a teenager?
No responsibilities.
Oh my God, yes.
Thinking only about yourself for the most part. I mean, that's my experience. Alam mo
correct.
Yeah.
Ikaw,
Yun.
Mon.
I think medyo related to that, but I think my favorite part back then was dreaming. Kasi parang you're starting from scratch eh. No one's expected that you've achieved anything yet.
Correct.
Alam mo yun? And no one's also expecting pa of what you should be doing or anything. But you are thinking, alam mo yun, you're discovering. You're,
correct.
yung mga, I want to travel. I want to become a singer. I want to, yung mga ganun. I want to be a designer. Now, on the basic level, hindi mo pa iniisip yung steps
1, 2, 3, 4,
masyado.
Oo. My God.
Gusto ko yun.
Yes. Yes to no responsibilities. Yes to dreaming. I guess ang i-add ko na lang is the idealism. Ang dami kong mga pinaninindigan nung mga panahon na yon na parang nung tumanda ako,
Emo ka ba? Nung high school ka? Emo ka?
ako,
nun?
emo?
Oo.
Bagay ba sa akin maging
Hindi ko alam. Baka like may inner emo-ness ka.
Parang hindi talaga.
Hindi naman. Okay. Inisip ko lang. Baka naman meron kang inner eyeliner. Alam mo yun?
Emo ka ba? May naging emo ba sa atin tatlo?
Mahilig ako mag-eyeliner nun. Pero hindi ako emo.
Ako din.
Oo.
Pero hindi ako emo.
I don't think emo, pero artsy na ako nun. Hindi emo level na, the world sucks kind of thing. But I'm into, I am original. Like, I don't have to listen to that. I don't have to, fit the mold kind of thing.
Yes.
Emo na ba yun?
My
Parang
God.
hindi naman ata.
Pero sobrang sakto yung mga ganyan. Mga not fitting the mold. I guess a little bit of the emo-ness as well. Kasi ang pag-uusapan namin in this episode is Big Hit's newest boy group, ang Cortez. Obviously, mga teenagers sila, although si James, magiging 20 years old na siya this week. Pero,
Teenager pa rin yun, actually. Teenager pa din yun, actually.
Oh, correct.
Oo.
Kasi magto-20 pa lang naman.
Correct.
Pero ayan. So, kailangan naming balikan ang mga panahon ng creativity, no responsibilities, testing the limits, ganyan. Using daddy's credit card all the time. Sana pwede pa rin, daddy. Dad, hindi ka na. Pwede pa yan. Okay, so ano ba ang mga topics na pag-uusapan namin in this episode? The questions. Of course, it will start with the big hit factor in the debut of Cortez. And then their branding and marketing strategy being called as the Young Creative Crew. And next, their music style and their MVs, kung meron ba kayo naging favorite. And finally, kung ano yung direction that you want or expecting from them. Ano ba yung next album sa palagay ninyo na idadrop nila. So sa mga Sarang Base who are also fans of Cortez, as of recording, wala pang pangalan ang fandom nila. So tignan natin kung meron ba sa inyong mga fans din or mga casual listeners, tignan natin kung ano din mga thoughts ninyo. Please let us know in the comments. So pag-usapan natin, again, this is the newest boy group of Big Hit. They debuted August 18, 2025. Birthday ni G-Dragon yun. Wala lang. Gusto ko lang isingit.
Fun fact.
In terms of creativity and mga
Correct.
trailblazing, ganyan. August 18. So they started with their debut song was What You Want. So bakit nga ba Cortez? So it comes from Color Outside the Lines. It's
Hindi pala
funny
si
because
Anne? Hindi tungkol kay Anne, no?
unfortunately, hindi din kay Rez Cortez. Ito talaga. Galing siya sa Color Outside the Lines. It was funny because right before we recorded, they just dropped like their parang pre-debut video. Actually, it's cute and touching.
Yes.
Pero parang meron silang may part na parang i-reveal na sa kanila kung ano ba yung pangalan nila. Tapos parang kabadong-kabado sila na akala nila papangalanan silang Sunshine Boys or Sunset Boys.
Oo, nakita ko yun.
Tapos parang si Martin, parang alam mong cringe na siya. Sabi niya, pwede bang wala na lang tayong pangalan? Tapos nung ni-reveal na Cortez sila, parang nalito din silang lahat. Tapos kinot yung scene. Basically, everybody else's reactions na, Cortez? Okay, but why
Correct.
not? So, bakit nga ba? We all know that expression, Color Outside the Lines. So, ayon din dun sa big hit executive na laging nagpapastress kay Martin dahil mahilig siyang magsabi na, yeah, we're going to the US tomorrow. Mga ganyan. Tapos parang si Martin na ba, bukas na?
Bukas na?
Wala ba akong pamilyang pagpapaalaman? Ganyan.
Oo.
So, bakit nga ba Color Outside the Lines? So, it is because they want to do things in creative or unconventional ways, break the rules, not follow what is considered normal, quote-unquote, or acceptable, quote-unquote, and break the rules, being original. Nakitang-kita naman natin sa pagka-debut pa lang nila because I feel like in a K-pop world where we are so used to parang grown men na naglalabas pa rin sila ng clean version ng kanta nila. Parang nakaka-shock pa rin sa atin na hala si Woozi, sinabi talaga niya, shit, this is red too? Oh my God, panoorin natin yan. And then ito, nandito mga teenagers na naka-low waist at sabi nila, we're the new shit, ganyan. Parang okay, you are the new shit. Sa Music Bank, di ba? On KBS,
Correct.
pwede silang magmura. Why not? With their low waist. So, and the thing na parang kitang-kita natin with the way they were conceptualized, it was really, in their documentary, it was really said by the big hit executives that they really wanted to have somebody a group that's focused on creating and all of that. So, yun talaga yung concept they went with to begin with. Kaya yun, instead of like the usual idols we see in studios, meron silang clubhouse na para talagang clubhouse ng mga bagets, mukhang mabaho, ang dumi-dumi ng couch, tapos nandun nakaset up yung music, at ang kanilang singing bowl, of course. So, dyan usually nila ginagawa yung parang clubhouse/hideout. That's where they did their first Weavers Live. Na medyo na-shock nga ako dun sa Weavers Live nila. Nasaan sila? Wala sila sa Hybe. So, parang ano ba tong, kaya nakaka-curious. But anyway, so there. So, eto na ang kanilang mga na-achieve ever since debut. So they have the highest first week sales among all rookie groups, debuting this year with 436,000 copies on Hanteo. So ang next na dyan, mga girl group, yung mga umaabot ng mga 400k plus, pero sila this year, 436,000 first week sales. Ang alam ko so far, past 500,000 na yung sales nila.
Wow.
So parang nalagpasan na rin lang AHOF. Kasi when we recorded
kasi 300,000
our
yung AHOF.
Oo.
Correct.
When we recorded, sila yung pinakamataas. And then now, ang Cortez na.
Pero parang Hearts to Hearts, baka after ng AHOF, may Hearts to Hearts. As a boy group. Okay. So yes, so sila na nga parang tinatawag na Monster Rookie Group itong grupo na to. And with Billboard, their debut album, Color Outside the Lines, was second on the World Albums Chart. And barely 2 months into their debut, yung listenership nila sa Spotify umabot na ng 7.3 million listeners.
Wow.
So this is the highest record among rookies this year. And actually, if you think about it, higher pa than other established groups. So ganyan na kalaki ang na-achieve nitong grupo na to. So sino nga ba ang mga members ng Cortez? Kung meron kayong mga gustong i-add sa mga members ng mga pag-usapan natin yan. So, umpisahan natin sa kanilang leader. Sino ang leader? Si Martin. Play that beat. Yung favorite ko talaga from times ago. Si Martin Edwards. So, he is known as the tallest person in Big Hit. Kasi
And
yun
in the
nilalagay ng
whole
mga
K-pop
subs.
industry.
Sabi nga ni Subin, first time niyang makakita ng idol na mas matangkad kesa sa kanya.
Correct, exactly.
Aww.
Cute. 6'3" tall, and dahil dyan, parang actually na-continue yung parang coincidental tradition na ang big hit leader is usually the tallest in the group. Alam niyo si Namjoon sa BTS and si Subin sa TXT. So, 2008 liner siya. And siya rin ang isa sa mga producers.
Graduate na ako nun.
Huwag na nating sinasabi yung mga bagay na ganyan. Nung panahon na yun, ideal pa ako. Ganon. Nung panahon na yun, talaga ready pa si Monica maging designer.
Dreaming
Manood po
ako
kayo.
noon. Dreaming. Oo.
Correct. At tinatahak na niya yun. At manood kayo ng Quezon is what we want to say.
Yes.
Yes,
Now
please.
in
Now in
cinemas.
cinemas.
Oo.
Yan. So, kasama siya. So, si Martin, kasama siya sa mga producers ng TXT's Deja Vu, Eyelets Magnetic, and kasama siya sa Le Seraphim Spirit, Enhypen Outside. Outside yung name ng song ng Enhypen. So, madami na siyang na-produce for Hybe. And yan, siya ang isang Canadian-Korean. So, yan si Martin, Play That Beat. Yun talaga yung pangalan
Yung
niya.
last name niya, Play That Beat.
Play That Beat. And next, we have James. Si James, ang pinaka-international sa lahat ng international na makikilala niyong international. Dahil ang kanyang nanay ay Thai, ang dad niya ay Chinese, and he was born in Hong Kong, but he grew up in Taiwan. He can speak 5 languages. Kaya litong-lito yung utak niya minsan. Ano bang language yung sabihin ko? So, kailangan niyo ng interpreter? Yes. James pasok. Turuan din natin siyang magtagalog.
Oo, parang kailangan niya ng
Correct.
pang-6th.
Oo. Pagpunta nila dito, labanan niya si Jaehyun. So, siya ang kanilang Mathyung. He is an 05 liner. And kilala rin siya as a trainee A member. Ay, nako. Sinasabi ko na ngayon, papag-usapan natin yung Alpha Drive 1 kapag nag-debut na. Ang dami kong mga thoughts about trainee A. Kailangan mga pag-usapan.
Yung mga trainee A din kasi doon.
Yes.
Oo.
Yes. Leo and Sangwon. Okay, but anyway, so si James is, in essence, they don't have positions, but he's like the main dancer, performance director tumatayo sa group nila. He also helped produce yung sa Deja Vu ng TXT and Eyelets Magnetic, and he was the one who actually came up with that move sa Magnetic. Actually, nung lumabas
Di ba yung TikTok?
Oo, yung TikTok
song ba
din
yun?
sa Eyelet
Oo.
din.
Oo.
Kasi nung lumabas yung sa Magnetic, nung time na yun, I remember kasi pa ako nun sa Street Woman Fighters, I was really thinking, sino kayang choreographer yung nakaano nun? Because it felt so, I don't know, one of those parang
Different.
tipong si Bada kaya yung gumawa nun. Ang galing kasi. So si Bada was also so impressed because sinabi niya na, James, you were the one who came up with that. I really was looking for who came up with that choreography. So she was so impressed as well. Next naman, si Joo-hoon. Kim Joo-hoon. Siya ay isang former child model. He also appeared in different
Yes.
MVs. So kilalang-kilala siya. Actually, parang staple siya sa ibang mga MVs. Isa sa mga minamention niya is yung MV ng Mellow Mans na parang talagang tumatak sa kanya. And he was, quote-unquote, tricked by Konho into joining Big Hit. Yan ang kwento. Kasi, so,
Ice cream din
siyang-
ba? Ang kwento.
To be fair, hindi ice cream, kundi friendship.
Nangyari? Do tell.
So, ang nangyari was, so matagal nang sinaspotan ng Big Hit si Joo-hoon. At parang they wanted him to be a trainee. And then, they found out that Konho was sort of like acquaintances with him. So, sinabi na kay Konho na, hoy, maging close ka sa kanya. Ganyan-ganyan.
Oo.
So, si Konho naman, syempre, may utos yung boss eh. So,
Correct.
kinaibigan niya. Kinuha niya yung cellphone number, started texting a lot, tapos nun hanggang sa na-convince niyang maging trainee. And then later on, nalaman niya it was all a plan. Pero friends pa rin naman sila ngayon. So, okay lang naman.
At magpasalamat siya kay Konho. He wouldn't be
Actually.
here kung wala siya, diba? So, thank you, Konho.
And siya
Correct.
talaga yung pinaka bagong trainee kasi parang 2023, 2024 lang siya nag-join and agad-agad nakapag-debut siya.
In fairness.
So, to be fair kay Joo-hoon. And next, ang aking bias, si Songyeon. Ang kanyang Korean name, Songyeon. So, anak siya ni Jongwa. Hindi, joke lang. Wala kasi akong kilalang Di ba? May pa ba
Wala
kayong
nga
kilala?
wala.
Except for Madame Jung-hwa.
Yes.
Maybe
isa.
they're related. Ka-age po niyang anak ko, 09-liner po siya. Ayan po ang ating mga nano.
Mm-mm.
And he's also a producer. He helped produce all 5 songs and their album. And actually, dun sa mga docu, you would see that he was really praised for his raw talent. Parang yun yung nakita ko na, ay, may pagka-hoshi siya. Yung parang hindi mo alam saan pupunta yung ano niya. Pero, ay, maganda. Meron palang magandang kalalabasan itong mga kung anik-anik na pinagagagawa niya. And then finally, we have our Konho, our maknae, si An Konho. So, born siya ng Valentine's Day ng 2009. Isa na ng 09-liner. Cute, no? So, he used to be a swimmer. So, meron ba siyang weightlifting fairy story?
Or
I love that.
Lovely Runner. Tama ba? Oo.
Swimmer din nga ba sa Lovely Runner? Oh, why not?
Yes.
Alamin natin ang past ni Konho. Pero yan. So, he's also more of a dancer, also participated in the choreography for Go. So, ayan, ang ating mga members. May bias ba kayo? Sinabi ko na kung sinong bias ko.
Wala.
Ako rin.
Ayoko pa. Parang enough
Bias
lang
naman, hindi ko naman siya boyfriendin. Siya lang yung favorite member.
So far, wala pa. I guess.
Okay.
Pero parang real naman yun with or without the
The age
usual.
factor. Okay.
We'll see.
Parang sobrang nakakatuwa though. Kasi ang creative nilang lahat. Parang if anything, like curious ako sa mga utak nila. And with that in line, like Martin and James, kasi parang sila yung silang dalawa talaga yung medyo may push. I mean, everyone contributes, of course. Pero silang dalawa yung parang may extra push on things. Martin being like the super duper musical person, alam mo yon na very strong-willed din, you know how in the docu, like siya yung nag-i-insist lagi na kailangan makasama siya sa mga meetings nung
Correct.
mga higher ups and stuff, mostly not just to protect their group but the music, alam mo yon, parang very
exactly.
into siya, making sure na alam niya kung ano yung mga pinagdedesisyon for their direction.
Diba?
May ownership, kumbaga.
Oo.
Yeah. Tapos si James, maliban sa napakagaling na choreo na hindi ko maintindihan talaga sino nagko-choreo kasi parang ang bata pa lang yan nun. Tapos nung sinasabi niya na involved na ako sa TXT, Eyelet, I'm like, and how old were you then? 12?
Exactly.
Alam mo yun? Parang hindi ko
Exactly.
what the hell is going on? Maliban sa galing niya doon sa choreo. Sure rin kasi yung very visual person. Like, di ba, they would do like their own music videos. They would film things.
Yes.
Parang a lot of the ideas, at least from the docu, it seems like it was coming from him. So
Yes.
parang yung utak niya, parang wow, that like, I'm just so amazed. So, if ever, hindi siya bias pero parang I want to watch out for them, those two.
Yung kay James din, isa sa mga naalala ko dun sa behind, dun sa Go. Kasi for their MVs, usually, meron na silang shoot dati, tas nire-reshoot in the highway with all the dollars na pwedeng i-drop ng company. Pero meron siya isang shot na gustong i-retain. So, parang yung shot na yun, yung tatlong ulo, siya, si Juhon ba, tsaka si Konho, na parang nakaganon yung mga ulo nila.
Puzzle.
May yung ulo ni James yung nakabaliktad. Tapos parang gusto niya ma-retain yung isang angle ng shot na yun. Tapos nung pinipilit niya yun sa director, parang may somebody who said na, James, hindi pwede kasi masyadong malaki yung ilong mo sa shot na yun. So, parang,
Okay, sobrang direct naman.
oo, parang
Intense.
tama. At the end of the day, kailangan pogi pa rin tayo versus the artistic vision.
Correct.
Kahit na hindi sila packaged to be like the very cleanly scrubbed idols.
Yes.
Kailangan pang ilaban yung mga fez. Dapat pogi pa rin
Correct.
tayo.
I think
But you know
yung
what?
idadagdag ko na lang, and speaking of Fez, parang yung stand out sa akin is si Konho. As in parang like nung when they debuted talaga parang, and then lumalabas sila parati sa feed ko, parang wala ka talaga kung masabi kundi grabe ang pogi ng batang to.
Swimmer.
16 lang siya. Parang ano ba yan? Parang sobrang, as in, when I saw him, parang ako, Cha Eun-woo. And then, now I'm thinking about it, parang he might even be more handsome than him. Kasi 16 pa lang siya eh. Alam mo yun? Parang
Correct.
sobrang, I feel like, kung ang habol mo sa isang idol group ay mga pogi, which we do, yes. Parang siya talaga yung maging gateway mo kasi grabe talaga the fez. And just the impact of that fez. Grabe.
Correct.
Super. And I think Songyeon is kind of a close second to that. Like, I
Sobra.
think there's something
Mukha
on
silang
his
twins.
face also. They do look alike, but he looks so
Yeah.
good.
As in, parang every time I watch, parang lagi akong na-endear sa kanya sa pagka-weird niya and his tas parang yung face parang extra, parang ganon. Anyway,
Yeah.
so, bago pa kung anong masabi ng isang nanay sa ka-age ng anak niya. So, pag-usapan na natin. So, this is Big Hit's new boy group after 6 years. Actually, parang, if you think about it, yung Trainee A actually had the same direction. They were also shooting their own MVs. They were also producing their own songs. So, parang matagal nang nanggigigil yung Big Hit na mag-produce ng isang group na ganito talaga yung Peg.
Yeah.
6 years ng paghihintay. And we all know that, syempre, when you say Big Hit, you think BTS. Straight, as in sila naman talaga. I mean,
Correct.
TXT is also up there. Pero iba naman kasi yung level ng BTS.
Correct.
Do you think na, and ngayon, syempre nakalabas na sila sa military, so matunog na naman, more than usual, ang BTS. So how much do you think does a Big Hit debut affect a group? Do you think Cortez is still relying on the shadow of BTS and what Big Hit can provide? And do you think Cortez can step out of it, or have they already?
For me, parang if you have a very popular Sunbae group, alam mo yun, you will always, parang, kumbaga makikiride ka dun sa flow ng river nila eh. Parang it will always help. And like having BTS there and all the armies as like one of the biggest fandoms and the most rabid fandoms too. Very supportive.
Yes.
Talagang sobrang laki ng hatak na yun for a debut group. But I mean, that and plus the pressure din to do so well. I feel like parang yun siguro yung difference, I guess, with TXT and Cortez. Parang for me, parang it felt like TXT had more pressure on them.
Oh, yeah.
Compared to
Yes,
Cortez. Parang it felt like Cortez rode the BTS train, but they are also, dahil sobrang layo na nila from that time na BTS was really at its height. Alam mo yun, yung talagang sobrang nagkagulong mundo dahil sa BTS. Parang they were afforded a little bit more breathing room to be themselves and not be compared so much to BTS. And the fact pa na it's a completely different concept than BTS and TXT. Parang kaya mo silang iset aside from them. Alam mo yun. Parang, and just see them as the dongsengs. That's it. But not necessarily as their immediate heir. They can be themselves.
Yes.
Parang ganun.
Yes.
Parang nga sila na nga daw, grandkids ng BTS.
Grandkids.
Parang ganun na.
Grand rebel
Twice
kids.
removed.
Twice removed. Ang mga amo sa tuhod. Ganun.
Correct.
How about you, Mon?
Actually, yung river, ako inisip ko lang yung river that they're, wading with, that they're kayaking with the BTS river that you were saying. I feel like yung ride nga nila is technically pera ng Big Hit. Because sa totoo lang, when they announced, okay, Big Hit is gonna be debuting another group, okay, sure. Parang wala ako masyadong iisip about it. Or maybe at that time din, alam mo yun, parang wala naman akong expectation or any thoughts na, ay nako, it's gonna be another, TXT or BTS or whatever. Mas nauna, na nung pag-release nila ng una nilang kanta, like, what is this? I mean, who are these people? Why do they sound like this? Like, I really liked, ang ganda actually, I think matalino din yung tactic nila na they made sure that it's a kind of group that is produced by themselves. So, aka, hindi sila nag-fit sa usual mold ng mga debuting groups.
Correct.
So, automatically, napaka-ibang-iba ng tunog nila. And honestly, kahit na palaging ina-announce na, yes, the next big hit group sila, Cortez, parang hindi nga sa akin masyadong tumatak na big hit sila eh. Kasi parang iba talaga yung dating nila when they came out. I think they really got lucky na it's big hit because obviously because they're such a big company, they can afford to take risks like that. Like, you know,
exactly.
companies, how would they really be okay to rely on just the teenagers to create something, their own sound, their own style, their own looks? Alam mo yun? I mean, not naman completely. Syempre may guidance pa rin ng Cortez, diba? Pero pretty much sila rin yun eh.
Yeah.
But yun nga, ang swerte nila kasi big hit ito talaga yung plano nila at may pera sila to do it.
Exactly.
So they're well supported. They get to go to the States to have like song camps. Like what kind of debut group does that, diba? Parang walang ganong opportunities really. So swerte sila at swerte din ng big hit because they were able to come up with a group na very, very talented. Like they're so multi-hyphenated na hindi ko talaga maintindihan. But ganitong mga bata ngayon? As in, alam mo yun?
Correct.
Incredible.
I super agree na sobrang swerte nila talaga with all the money because like the talent is obviously there, but syempre the producers that they hire also develop all those things that they have. So kaya umabot sa ganitong level, like everything from the songs to the MVs, talagang lumalabas yun. Pero yung sa akin naman, I was really excited about this group nung nakita ko lang na, big hit. Because I feel like Cortez went down the big hit plan that I feel like they laid out for BTS but did not really, they were not able to really actualize. Kasi when BTS came out, sila din yung parang bigla silang nag-hip-hop. And then during that time, they couldn't continue down that path because hindi siya mabente. So kailangan ng magpakita ng abs si Jimin. Yung mga may ganun silang compromise, even if they have a Suga and an RM who would be writing and producing these songs, hindi kailangan natin ng ganito para mas maging mabenta tayo. So now, I feel like all those dreams are now coming true with Cortez because they can be unapologetically themselves. Syempre, pogi pa rin yung mga pinili nila, diba? Na, pogi na nga, talented pa. So parang now, sige, go. Para talaga silang walang leash. Go lang, gawin nyo lang kahit anong gusto nyo. Which was like the biggest contrast for me versus TXT because TXT when they debuted, na-feel ko talaga lahat ng shackles. Pero kasi nga, stepping outside of the shadow of BTS being this. So iba yung expectations sa kanila. So parang yung TXT no rookies sila, mukha talaga silang rookies. Pero itong Cortez, parang go. The world is your playground. You have our credit card. Gumaw lang kayo. So speaking of this, we've been talking about how creative they are. So their branding is mostly, and hindi lang naman siya branding kasi kitang-kita rin naman with the members. So they're being called the Young Creator Crew. So ito yung, as opposed to lately what we've been seeing in the mainstream, usually boyfriend type or very idol, very malinis, packaged in a certain way. Ano yung thoughts ninyo sa branding and marketing strategy na ginagawa nila for Cortez?
The way I felt with them actually. And they keep on repeating this word. They are trendy.
Trendy?
Which trendy. Even their sound, like, you know, their promotions, etc. Parang their music, it's something that you would see on the TikToks and they would fit so well. I think that strategy in a way is, I mean, it works. Kaya nga trendy eh. Kaya siya, feeling ko nga kaya siya hit eh. Kasi hindi siya, it's for everyone. And ang trends pa naman ngayon, when you trend. And at the same time, inisip ko nga eh, kasi parang, okay, they're going for the trendy, how long can they keep this up? But at the same time, them being, you know, kids, being teenagers, sila yung nasa gitna ng trend eh. Like, more than anyone, sila yung makakaalam kung ano, what sounds good, ano yung feels ngayon, alam mo yun. So, parang okay siya na partnership. Kasi if you think about it, trendy, you know, trends also fade. And then, I guess, you know, if you're out of ammo, pag hindi mo na siya masakyan, wala ka na. Pero yun nga, them being young and creative and being at the center of, I guess, yun nga, trends. Parang okay to. Kasi parang they can keep on going, I guess, for as long as they're in the trends. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Pretty brilliant and sumakto. Dahil, I mean, trends na ngayon nagpapabuhay sa atin ngayon. If you think about it, like, in the content creation world, like that's what people are consuming now. That's all we see, we watch, we listen to. I mean, kahit na sabihin natin na art is art, sorry, business pa rin to. That's what I'm saying is business pa rin to. So, kahit na ang promote is being themselves, being their artistic selves, it's still very smart that they're still able to bring in the money. Alam mo yun. So,
correct.
True.
And actually, parang they're even not just really riding the trends, but they're being trendsetters themselves. Like, just their presence in itself, parang, to be fair naman sa authenticity and the marketing. Like, I feel like it's very effective. Ikaw, Trends, what do you think about it?
Two-prong. Parang what they're doing right now is they're setting themselves apart from the rest of K-pop. And they feel like, for example, unlike BTS na parang reaching the mainstream was a gradual process. And then when they found themselves there, saka na sila nag-pivot towards what the, mainstream, I guess, Western population likes. Sila talaga from the get-go, that was the target. Kasi they do not feel K-pop at all
They
for
do
me.
not.
As in. So, parang, pag kunya hinahanay ko nga sila, feeling ko medyo mas cat's eye yung peg. Alam mo yon, like how very upfront and authentic they are. So, yun yung, I guess it works kasi they're really reaching more people with what they're doing right now. Alam mo yun, they're reaching the people who are into K-pop. I mean, because of their lineage and because of their Koreanness. Alam mo, may ganun pa rin naman. But at the same time, their music and how they, and big hit. But at the same time, with the style of music that they do and like how they do their promotions, like their videos, specifically yung mga social media videos nila. I feel like that is reaching like an audience as apart from the K-pop people that we know. And then on another end, parang they're also like honing into their authenticity. And yun naman yung ngayon, di ba? Parang like we're so used to authenticity is such a blah word na. Alam mo yun? Parang like pag pag influencer ka, authentic ka, ganyan. Pero I feel like they are pushing it pa to a certain degree. And I see it's refreshing. Alam mo yun? Para as an older person, that's refreshing for me. Parang but may feel din ako minsan na while I watch it, I feel like it's so Gen Z. As in there's parts of their what they do that I cannot understand. Alam mo yun? And I think it is generational, but like I feel like what they're doing is also hitting pa rin their audience well.
Yeah.
Parang ganun. So ayun, parang yun. I mean, they're basically just Gen Z mainstream personified. That's it. That's who they are. And I feel like they're really, be relishing in it and being unapologetic about it.
One of the usual conversations I see on Reddit about this is that usually when you debut a boy group, automatically you know that they're targeting the women. Kasi mga babae naman talaga kailangan eh.
Correct.
But with the way they're packaging Cortez, syempre babae pa rin, kaya nga mga pogi eh.
True
kaya
that.
nga nakalabas yung mga braso, nagpapakita sila ng chan, mga ganyan. Pero in general, like their packaging could also be not just targeted to the women. If you're a teenage boy, you listen to the music, parang, oh, cool. I can add this to my playlist. Kasi hindi siya nakaka-ostracize for men.
Exactly.
Or boys. Hindi ko lang alam for grown men kung trip din nila to. Mukha naman sa TikTok, ang dami pa rin
kung
mga sumasayaw.
Oo, kung gusto nilang ma-reach ang kanilang audience, youthful vibe, I don't know.
Pero may isa sila, as in parang I felt so happy nung isa nilang video ng behind after ng ng music show promotions nila. Sabi nila, they were so kilig that sabi nila, there was a man in the audience. Did you see him? Yeah, I saw. So, my God, I'm so happy. We welcome everyone. Adjumas, Adjushis, ay, naklak ako.
Imo pa naman tayo.
Adjumas.
Wala na, hindi pa tayo Adjuma, imo pa lang, imo.
Pero parang feeling ko nandun na ako nakaloop. Wala silang sinabing Nuna eh. To be fair kasi kung ano, di ba? Kung malalanding mga boy group, Nuna kagad sasabihin.
Correct.
Sa Adjuma sila dumiretso. Ako yun. So, okay. Thank you for seeing me. I feel seen.
You seen?
How about yung mga songs nila mismo? trip niyo ba yung style nila na pag-usapan natin very Gen Z, very authentic that maybe does not resonate? I don't know. I'm just putting things out there. But do you like the album? Meron ba kayong favorite song?
Ako, honest to goodness, it's really not my style. Parang like, in terms of K-pop, I tend to go for more lyrics. Alam mo yun? Parang medyo mas may musicality to it. But this one kasi is very youthful. Alam mo yun? Parang, inisip ko like, yung mga Kid Laroi, 2020s Justin Bieber, gano'n. Eh, hindi ko na talaga alam yung mga yan. But, parang, it's still boppish. Alam mo yun? I listen to it and like, it's a good vibe. Alam mo yun? And, alam mo, and then knowing na it's coming from a K-pop group, it's even more interesting. Kasi parang like, and then also watching the documentary and the process of how they made it, parang all the more na parang, parang ano kayang influences ng mga to, no? Parang saan sila nanggagaling. So like generally, it's good. Ako, na-enjoy ko naman siya, but it's not my alt favorite as of current. Parang ganun.
Wala kang favorite song?
Favorite song? Gusto ko actually yung slower songs nila. So, Lullaby, I really like that one. And siguro for the bop, fashion. Fashion talaga. Fashion.
Fashion?
O, diba?
Fashion.
Napag-usapan natin kanina si GD. Tapos yun din, kasi yung sa Dongmyo, meron ding street doon that is named after GD. So, parang sabi ko, the GD references. But I mean,
correct.
Baka magalit yung mga VIP or magalit yung mga ARMY. Anyway, sinasabi ko lang, GD is GD.
Nung chinek ko yung lyrics nga ng fashion, it's giving yung kay Macklemore, ano yun, yung thrift shop. Diba? Parang ganun yung vibe. But like, as a concept, but not really in sound. But parang like, so ganun pala, no? Pag nag-start out ka or like you're reaching your height as an artist, kailangan mo sabihin na dati bumibili ka ng ukay. Importante.
Pero to be fair, it's also very Gen Z. Parang usong-uso sa Gen Z yung thrifting.
Parang
kaya parang
thrift shops.
Saktong-sakto din sa kanila. Pero parang yung irony lang din is that they're talking about buying mighty $5, pero yung shoot ng MV ay nasa New Zealand. Why not?
Oo nga. Sa anong $5 doon?
Correct.
In a way, actually, parang lokohan na ba to? Hindi naman kayo nanggaling sa hirap. Alam mo yun, hindi kayo rags to riches story, guys. So, true.
Diba?
So, rags to riches ba kayo? Hindi
Nung nakita ng husband ko ni DJ Airpat, kasi may isang show si Martin na pinakita niya yung pinaka-first niya na mixer. Sabi niya, mahal yan ah. So, wow, ang Martin na teenager, meron na siyang parang mahal na mixer or whatever. Pero, sorry, may $5. Ikaw, Mon, meron ka ba? What do you think about the vibe of their album and may favorite song ka ba?
Same din ako actually. Parang hindi ko siya magiging anthem ever, I think. But at the same time din kasi parang nakakahiya nga kung gawin kong anthem yung mga ganyan eh. Parang wow.
Hindi nakakahiya. I support you.
Yeah, like hindi in terms of beats, like you get the groove, you get the vibe, you get in the zone. Kaya nga 'di ba, ang saya niyang gawing i-TikTok. Alam mo 'yon, maganda siyang soundtrack for a lot of things. But in terms of I guess what they're trying to sing, I mean, it's them being teenagers and I mean, there's nothing wrong with what they're singing, pero wala, hindi lang siya nag-resonate talaga sa akin. And no matter how I twist it, kahit na, unlike yung mga previous groups kasi that we thought of, meron kasi siyang feels of, parang you kind of remember what it was like being a teenager back then, diba? With the musicality that they produce. This one kasi, it's so in the now. So obviously, nothing's triggering from, my teenage years. So, I mean, I enjoy it. When I see it on a TikTok, when I saw Ann Curtis walking down the street to Fashion and calling herself Ann Curtis, man, that was such a hit sa akin. But, ayun nga, parang hindi ko siya papakinggan. Like, hindi ko siya hanapin. Alam mo yun. If I hear it, yeah, this is great. Pero hindi ko siya hanapin.
Correct. I just wanna add lang na parang sobrang pares tayo ng thought. Parang, and now that I'm thinking about it, wala kasi siyang emotional hook for me.
Wala.
Yeah.
It's just a vibe. Wala talaga
Oo.
siyang, parang hindi niya kikiliti yung puso ko. Alam mo yun?
Oo.
Parang,
Yeah.
yun. I mean, baka sa mga kabataan, may hook siya. Alam mo yun? Maybe they're talking about things that we can never understand. But as an older person, I guess, not na I
Yeah.
haven't like really lived through this music pa or had experiences with this kind of music. Wala talaga siyang emotional hook sa akin.
Oo.
Super gets.
Oh, wala siyang any thread talaga of something like memories na, I experienced this before. or
exactly.
I heard this before. Pang wala eh. So, and I don't mind. Honestly, I love how refreshing that it's, the first time we're hearing things like these. Pero yun nga, parang hindi lang siya nag-hit kasi in terms of like the lyrics, the messaging, hindi na niya ako kinakausap.
Oo.
Yun.
May favorite song ka ba? Or may song na parang,
Favorite
okay to?
song? Actually, I'm not so sure. But I did enjoy the first one. Go.
What You Want?
Or What You Want ba yung una?
What You Want.
Basta Go.
What
I
You
like
Want yung
Go.
first.
Go.
I like Go. Because, I don't know, there's something about the beats. And I noticed too, in the docu, parang si Martin was very focused on the beats. I don't know, hindi ko alam kung process niya ba talaga yun. Or, I don't know, maybe in the editing lang of the docu. But they were always going for the beats. So parang it was like a vibe thing first. Tapos later na lang nila ini-insert yung lyrics. I'm sure they had like an idea on what they wanted to sing about. Pero kumbaga, ang focus was on the beats. And I feel like Go had that kind of pull on me na, hey, what is this? Parang alam mo yun, parang napag ganun yung ulo ko na parang, this is cool, parang ganun. So
And
that's
super
probably my
sakto pa the
favorite song.
choreo. Parang yung ginawa nila. Sobrang, as in, sobra talagang, whenever I hear it, like, I just really feel like dancing to it. It's all really all for the vibes. But, I feel like my husband also had the same comment na parang sabi niya, bakit yung mga kanta nila, dalawang nota lang lagi? Yung bed ha, not like the, mismo. Dalawang nota lang yung sa baba. Tapos beat, beat, beat. Tapos parang kaya nasasawa siya, hindi niya trip. Pero ewan ko kung bakit Gen Z yata.
Wala siyang possible din. Alam mo, baka tama nga si DJ Airpod. Kasi wala siyang sweeping, you know how in the songs that we usually like.
Hindi ka
may
na-elevate.
sweeping emotion, may elevation, may it takes you somewhere. Ito
Correct.
parang jumajam ka lang parang good time ka lang parang ganon.
For me, parang siyang background music. Parang ganun lang siya.
Correct.
Hindi siya soundtrack. Hindi siya main soundtrack.
Ako super akong na-enjoy pakinggan. Para sarap pakinggan when you're driving and all of that. Pero no first time kong marinig yung What You Want, very young and wild and free. Parang yun yung dating sa, yun naman yung memory na nahugot sa akin nun. The time na lumabas din yun, ay nanay na ako. So parang medyo yung mga, I was still working in an office na there were a lot of mga younger girls. Tapos lagi nilang kinakanta, tapos hinahatak nila ako, sama ko sa kanila sa club. So parang may ganong memory na, oh my God, parang ganon yung dating sa akin nung kantang yon. And then like even Go, just being such a, parang bop, yun nga, saktong background. It's not also gonna be my anthem. But I like listening to it. I like how it makes me feel. Para siyang super vibey. But my favorite talaga is Joyride. Sobrang gustong-gusto ko yung song na yun. I feel like it has more of a story, I guess. Very Post Malone naman yung dating sa akin nung song na yun.
Oo nga, tama.
Parang yun din, again, matanda na ako nung lumabas si Post Malone, pero dahil may mga bata sa office, sila yung nag-introduce sa akin na parang, nung first time kong makarinig ng Post Malone, hindi ko gets. As in, bakit ganun yung kanta? Parang flat. Pero parang ngayon, I guess, dahil dun sa mga kabataan na yun, medyo na-gets ko, okay, I get it. I get what it's about. Parang ganon. So, I feel like those things that they have incorporated to their sound is making those things na parang, I don't know, makes me happy. Nakakabata lang din, I guess. Parang yun yung feeling ko sa mga songs nila. Pero sasayaw ba kami ng Go? Di namin sure. Abangan ninyo yan. How about the MVs? The interesting thing, because we did mention that they do produce it themselves and all of that. So if you look at their YouTube, meron usually parang 3 versions of their MV. There's like the original version, which is what they actually shot on their iPhones. And napaka-ano pa nung diba? We are creatives. We have iPhones. Anyway. And then they have like an official MV which is the one that's produced with the money of Big Hit.
Oo.
And syempre, the performance video. Pero yung performance video nila is conceptual performance. So it's not the usual performance video na sumasayaw lang yung mga tao. Na parang meron talaga silang shot na pinapakita.
May art.
Oo. Anong niyo sa
Correct.
mga MV? And may favorite ba kayong MV?
Yung, in fairness, sobrang lakas ng impact sa akin ng Go. Tama, di ba? Yung nasa treadmill, di ba? Ay,
Hindi, What You Want. yun.
Hindi.
Oo, tama. What You Want. As in, sobrang lakas ng impact ng What You Want for me. Dahil dun sa treadmill. Because it's so simple. I mean, like, it's coming din siguro from Sonogong. You know how much we loved that music video because it really just focuses on one thing and that is the performance. And I feel like yun yung nadala ng conceptual video na yun. Plus yung naka-treadmill pa sila na going, parang inspired by, what's a group? Yung
Okay
nag-treadmill
Go.
din. Okay Go.
Okay Go,
Diba? So parang may ganong, sa akin siguro dahil naka-treadmill sila, parang, oh my gosh, it's so familiar to me kasi napanood ko na siya before. But I really like
correct.
that because it's just clean, it's just simple, and you can appreciate the members parang and you know the music and the dancing. So that was fun. And I guess siguro another one is yung What You Want naman na music video din nila. Na super Gen Z naman na parang like lahat na ng posibleng trend na lumabas sa TikTok sinama na nila dun sa music video na yun. As in. Na parang it works. Alam mo yun, it showcases who they are. And I feel like of all of the videos that I've seen, I feel like those two are the ones that really like stood out for me.
Oh my God. Super pareho tayo. Tapos, as in, saktong-sakto yung
Saktong
dalawang
thought
yun.
process ba?
Kasi yung What You Want na performance, hindi lang siya simple lahat. One shot, choreograph
Correct.
yun.
Oo.
Tapos
True that
yung
naman.
placement pa ng treadmill, parang inulit ko siya eh. Hindi siya, I think manual treadmill siya. So sila yung magpapatakbo.
Correct.
Tama nga
Correct.
naman kasi they were in the
Oo.
middle of the desert. Pero diba yung manual treadmill, for it to like start rolling, kailangan may steps. So that was part of the choreo. So parang it's simple but that's actually
It's
very
not.
complicated.
Oo.
And I can only
Exactly.
imagine how many rehearsals they had to do that.
Yes.
So, and that for me
takes.
is very impressive. And yung sa What You Want naman, yung original version nga, parang sobrang natuwa ako kasi, I mean, it is like the typical, iPhone photo video, and then you see Hybe, you see their dorms. Like, naisip ko nga, you know what? I don't think I've ever seen like a music video of them, of the groups, showing their dorms, alam mo yon, in their video or something. Well, like, if they do that treatment na mukhang, party in the house, it's a set, alam mo yon, it's like a kunwari bahay nila or whatever. So, it was refreshing and fun na parang ang cute naman nila, parang ginagawa nila yung music video yung kanta nila, parang ganun.
Correct.
Parang feeling ko nga mas nag-enjoy ako sa music videos nila kaysa sa kanta. Although syempre kung wala yung kanta, syempre hindi naman ganun ka-fun yung music video, right?
Ako kasi wala akong
But I
tunog.
love pero diba, nakatugma naman kasi kung how great the song is, how it matches to the video, right? And the music videos, like, because it's also like, a lot of conceptualizing, both, for the original versions na sila and like the bigger produced ones. The creativity that they put in it, parang it's very not just any. Like, it also kind of reminded me of like, somehow it also kind of took me back to like back then when it was like the golden age of music videos, like yung mga director mo sina Spike Jonze, Michel Gondry na parang experimental kasi yung mga music video nun.
Exactly.
Na parang low budget kahit hindi. Ito hindi. Back then hindi low budget talaga siya. Pero ito, they made it look like low budget pero halatang hindi siya low budget. Alam mo yun.
Exactly.
But that's the concept, like a lot of handhelds, mga one-shots, and then even yung Joyride, because they were kind of doing it in reverse order. Naalala mo yung Coldplay, The Scientist? So parang having that kind of, dun ako medyo nakakamiss naman yung mga ganitong videos, especially for something that comes out of K-pop. Alam mo yun? Kasi parang pare-pareho halos usually yung nakikita natin sa K-pop.
Exactly.
Iilan lang yung parang may mga standout. Oh my God, that's so cool. Alam mo yun?
Yeah.
So, having, and them considering that they just debuted 2 months ago, ang dami na nilang videos both yun nga, the produced and the original version.
Correct.
So, ang dami na nilang na-showcase na creative music videos. Doon ako parang mas na-excite for them. Like, ano ang susunod yung music video? Parang ganon.
Gusto ko lang din i-add na yung concept nung pabaliktad, yung in reverse na music video, ay may ganun din po akong music video. Paki-Google po. I was an actress for Imagos sa Ngalan Mo. Directed by Enzo Valdez.
Yes! Oh my God!
Nakakatawa kasi when I was watching it, parang my daughter mentioned na, parang yung MV nyo ni Dad. Yes, si DJ Airpat po ang kasama ko sa MV na yun.
Correct!
Kasi nung bata siya, nung pinapanood niya yun, tapos parang after niyang panoorin, naglalakad siyang pabaliktad.
Correct!
But anyway. So yeah.
I love the tribute. Tapos lalo na, so syempre mga kagrupo natin yan, tayo, ang ina-attempt natin is to do music videos like, yun nga, the Gondry days and stuff. So gets, parang yung flow of inspiration and wala lang, nakakatawa to go back to those days.
And naalala ko din na nung first time ko yun pinakita sa daughter ko because I think she was already army by then. Parang sabi niya, how many views for your MV? Tapos parang wala pang 100,000 yata yung views. Sabi, konti naman. Sorry, hindi ako BTS.
Grabe!
Sorry naman sa milyones na mga views ng BTS na
bumaba yung tingin niya sa'yo, girl.
Oo, parang na-judge ako masyadong. Pero to be fair naman sa Cortez, like talagang raking in millions na rin yung views because I feel like yun nga talaga yung creativity in full display. Like everything that you mentioned. Parang ang hindi ko lang matake yung original nung fashion na MV, yung parang puro flash. Parang ano ba? Nahihilo ko.
Yung
talaga
least favorite ko.
Diba? Na-feel ko na yung age ko doon. Parang we can stop. Correct. Parang ganon. But yeah, like the creativity and all the process, I feel like in fairness talaga sa mga utak din nitong mga batang to and for Big Hit na talagang kina-cultivate and talagang hinahayaan sila to, yun nga pa yung one thing that my daughter also pointed out about like their TikTok, their Instagram, yung Cortez, no, they're just doing whatever. Parang ganun yung vibe. Kahit anong gustong gawin nyo, sige, go. May suporta kayo. Parang ganon. So, with all of this in mind, and sabi nila, they're now also preparing for their next album. They're in the US again, flying coach. To be fair, rookies pa man din sila. Parang nakaka-throwback din sa BTS, di ba dati? Yung first trip to the US din nila. May photo sila na they were economy. Why not? So, what do you want to hear from their next album? Considering all of this, meron kayong mga hinahanap. Sabihin nyo na, dahil nakikinig sa atin ang Hybe, ang Big Hit.
Para ang hirap kasing humingi kasi sobrang distinct ng sound. Pero siguro, in terms of feeling na lang, gusto kong malaman kung paano nila ako papakiligin.
You want them to go towards like romance, young love, ganyan.
Oo, parang paano sila papasok sa mundo ng ganun? Parang with this kind of vibe nila. Or is it gonna be in like a future album pa? Kasi nasa Discovery, alam mo yun, parang teenage discovery years pa sila, ganyan-ganyan. So, parang kumbaga, love isn't yet part of their narrative now. But, I guess in the future, that's what I want to hear. Like, paano nyo papakiligin? Parang ganyan.
Hindi ko actually alam. I mean, inisip ko yun. Like, I love is such a great universal theme na, can capture multi-generations, etc. But at the same time, kasi sobrang klaro that they're singing from what they know. So, ayoko din
their own experience.
i-push na, mag-love song kayo just cause. Alam mo yun? So, you're right. Exactly. Parang, it would still depend din kasi on their life experiences. Because, obviously, that's what they would be writing and singing about. I honestly don't know what to ask from them because, obviously, ibang generations na tayo tapos hindi natin alam yung mindset nila and alam mo yun, parang aspirations and ayun nga, them being the trendy. Parang ang kinakatakutan ko lang actually. So, we mentioned OK Go, diba? Yung beef ko, hindi naman beef, pero yung nasayangan kasi ako sa OK Go. They're an okay band. If you guys don't know about them, sorry.
Please Google.
Tanda na kami but please Google.
No, but it's worth checking out kasi.
Yeah.
Really
yung
good.
OK Go kasi, technically sila nga ata yung first viral eh. Kasi nag-viral yung isang music video nila na napaka-low budget.
Correct.
Also, had something to do with a treadmill, them dancing in choreo. Parang naalala ko nga eh, parang yung isang member just asked the sister to do a simple choreo so that they have like some form of action para this rock band gets to for their music video to stand out. Like maybe it would be cute if nag-choreo sila of sorts or something. Anyway, nag-viral yung music video na yon so much na na-challenge sila na sa mga succeeding music videos, paganda or china-challenge nila yung sarili nila na dapat as compelling or as interesting yung music video nila. So everyone was like looking forward to that. Everyone was hooked. Everyone became a fan. But I don't think a lot of people really remember them for their music. You know, for me, I think that band is remembered for their music videos, not so much the music.
Yes.
And with Cortez, what I'm fearing lang, kasi nga they're doing the trends. Baka kasi ang tendency is if they keep on going for like the trends nga or for the look or the vibe, they'll just be known for that. Alam mo yun? Parang,
Gets.
Yun yung crucial, I guess. And yes, here we go again, authenticity. Like, I think, dun kasi talaga nakukuha yung puso ng mga tao. Alam mo yun, it really sang to your heart and soul. Yung gusto ko sanang ma-reach nila. We don't know what that's gonna sound like or when that's gonna happen because again, it would still depend on them, on their experience, on their process.
Yeah, agree.
Pero yun lang, na sana hindi sila umabot sa point na pang trends lang sila. Alam yun, pang tunog trends lang sila.
Super gets. But I feel like what Cortez has as an advantage versus OK Go is they have the big hit monies. The
That's
high
true
monies.
too. That's
So
true
I
too.
feel like
OK Go was very, very independent. So
exactly. So
Yeah.
hindi sila magkukulang doon. Kayang i-hire
correct.
ng big hit lahat ng kailangang i-hire just to help them reach their maximum potential.
Correct.
I'm so
Agree naman
excited to what they can show next. I feel like this first album was more of like an experiment in creativity and pushing boundaries and finding that sound that resonates and while still keeping kung ano man yung creativity na gusto nga nilang ilabas. And ang babata pa kasi, so feeling ko ang dami pang pwedeng
Madami pang
ma-achieve.
room to grow.
Sobrang
Yes.
dami.
Sobrang dami pa.
And ang pinaka-exciting din sa akin is like next year with BTS na magkakaroon na rin ng comeback and then parang ano kaya magiging tunog din ng BTS because ang tagal rin nilang nawawala and we know na nag-US sila. Malamang nag-song camp yung mga yun kaya sila nasa US.
Oo.
So parang I just wanna see kung ano bang magiging direction like the Hyungs, like the trailblazers, the ones that really reach the peak. And ito naman, yung mga dongsengs who also are dreaming of going that high. Parang, ang exciting times, naisip ko nga kanina, is now, again, because of Cortez, na rejuvenate yung boy group sa K-pop because for the longest time, it's been all about girl groups. And kahit nga tayo ngayon na lang tayo nag-usap ng mga boy group na dire-diretso. Hindi na tayo na, diba? Parang mas sila na yung nasa spotlight ngayon because there's so many exciting things, I guess, that are happening. And again, excited din ako sa Alpha Drive 1. Kayo, Sarang Base, anong feeling ninyo about Cortez? Meron ba silang vibe na nakaka-ostracize para sa ating hindi nila ka-age? Or is it something that you're also vibing with? Let us know in the comments. Sabihin nyo rin kung meron pa kayong gustong i-recommend. Baka naman may mga girl group din na worth our time to listen to. Why not? Hindi pa natin na yung hearts to hearts, no? Wala
yun nga
tayong
pala
ano
kasi
nila.
yung hearts to hearts
gusto ko nga siyang pasukin eh.
I-discover. Maybe.
Yes.
Let's see. Lalo na ngayon, pa-award show season. So, makikita natin lahat ng performances nila. Let us know, Sarang Base. And we will look forward to your DMs. And of course, you know na hindi natatapos ang aming episode without a game. At dahil Cortez is all about coloring outside the lines equals creativity equals rap battle. Dahil
Grabe
nung
yung
nagpa-pack
creativity
sila.
to rap battle.
Oo.
That
Diba?
was a jump.
I-connect na lang natin dun sa isa nilang YouTube video na they were trying to pack at hindi makapag-pack ang Macniline at si Martin dahil nag-rap battle sila. Inspired by their stinky dorm, charis. Kailangan namin mag-rap battle din dahil tamad din kaming mag-pack. Saan kami pupunta? Sa New Zealand. Okay, so nagbigay kami ng mga words. Ang gagawin lang natin, may isa tayong gagawing keyword. Tapos nun, lahat tayo magkakaroon ng round na mag-rap and end with that word. Okay, so kung sino yung unang hindi makakapag-rap with that word or rhyming with that word, siya ang ma-out. So tuloy lang tayo hanggang sa may manalo, may matira. Alright, so ang magiging order namin after namin maggay-gaybo, ako ang mauuna, next ay si Mon, and last si Trency. So yun yung magiging order ng aming rap. At ang keyword na napili namin for this round is hide out. This is inspired yung sa ginagawa ng Spit. Napapanood niyo yan sa TikTok, social media, na parang humingi sila ng keyword tapos lahat kailangan mag-rap tapos i-rhyme dun sa word na yun. Okay, so the word is hide out.
Shit, kinakabahan ako but excited.
Let's go. Okay, sorry, sandali lang. Tatimingan ko. Okay. Ang Cortez pumunta sa kanilang hideout. Doon sila laging nagsha-shout.
Ang sabi nila, hear me out. Do not pout. Let's share a stout.
Wow!
Mga bata pa, may stout na.
Oo nga eh.
Wala papasok ito. Sandali. Kaming matatanda ay may gout, pero kami ay walang clout.
Oh no! Ang aming podcast, pag-usapan, ang labo nung beat. Okay, sandali. Ang aming podcast, pinag-uusapan Cortez, at dahil dyan, nawala yung inisip ko. Okay, out na ako.
Hirap nito.
So, kailangan ko sumalo.
Oo.
Oo.
We may be old days, but we do not pout. But maybe we are... Yeah.
Wala. At dahil dyan, ang panalo si Trency, meron ka pa
Again
bang isisingit? Kaya mo pa?
Sige. Try natin.
Hindi, kailangan for the win. Oo.
For the win. Kailangan for the win. Wala pang name ang group na to, pero creativity is what it's all about.
Bakit wala pang name yung group?
Wala pa silang name. Yung fandom
rap
pala,
group.
sorry. Yung fandom, yung wala pang name.
Fandom name.
Ang hirap. Pero
Kayo ang
challenge
pumili.
ako. Gusto ko siyang ulitin from the top.
Oh my God. Alam mo yung ginagawa natin ngayon? May nakita ko TikTok yung mga pagbibili ka ng CD sa Divisoria. Tapos may sumisingit na pangit na lyrics. Yung nagra-rap na pangit. Nakita nyo na ba yun?
Hindi pa, pero na-imagine
natatawa
ko.
ako sa thought.
Isi-send ko sa inyo mamaya. My
Okay.
God, tawang-tawa ako kanina. Pero parang essentially, pwede na rin natin gawin yon.
I think they are our inspiration. Thank you,
Yes,
Cortez.
yes.
Dahil nung dumating kayo, parang na-intimidate kami. So, nawala
Correct.
yung skills namin sa aming pag-rap battle.
Correct.
Whew!
Ang aming
Hirap
rap
nun,
battle.
Correct. Thank you so much sa ating mga Sarang Base. Nag-enjoy ba kayo sa aming usapan? And do you have any more thoughts about Cortez and any other group that you think we should also talk about? Please let us know in the comments. Pag-uusapan namin yan in this season. This has been fun. Please share this episode with your friends.
Yes.
Meron ba kayong friends na fans ng Cortez? Let them know we are on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And we will see you on our next episode. Thank you. You're the best. Gumawa, Chegoya, and Sarang Hey.
Sarang hey!
Heart to heart to.
Go.
Kung kayo, kasing tangkad nyo si Martin. Why? Hindi ko alam.
Ang advantage
Kung
ni
ako-
Martin as a tall person in K-pop is pag magkakasama silang lahat sa stage during an award show, kitang-kita siya kagad.
Correct.
Kahit saan siya pumwesto, kitang-kita siya.
To be fair, kitang-kita natin sa mga music
Tapos,
show yan.
Aha.
Pag sumali sila sa Isak, pwede rin siyang dunk, taga-dunk. May basketball ba dun?
Correct.
Walang basketball sa Isaac so far akong nakikita.
Dapat
pero pag
meron.
may track, mahaba
Oh
ang
my
kanyang
God.
legs.
I'm
Yun
sorry,
kailangan
di ba?
tumakbo.
Dati BTS
Swimming
na nanalo, it's Cortez's time to shine.
Correct.
Oh,
Kasi
it's time.
athlete pa si
Dun sa
Kono.
relay.
Oo, di ba?
Correct.
Wala namang swimming
Si
doon,
June
pero I'm
din.
sure ang kanyang stamina ay mataas. Pwede natin silang i-cheer. Gawa natin sila ng Isaac cheer now na a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, go. C-O-R-T-I-S. Cortis is the best.
We are gonna be fired.